Hey everybody, AwesomeMattG here, and today we are going to do another server update video. So, I think I showed this off in the last video where it had a bunch of signs on it and stuff like that. This is actually the new spawn point. Um, the old spawn point, oop, I can't, there we go. The old spawn point was like, right about here, I guess. So we just shifted the spawn point over a little, so that people, when they first jump on the server, new visitors or whatever, will get the notice board right up front. And on the back of the notice board, we have put signs with everybody's name and locations, just for those people, mainly who don't have raised minimap up in the corner, or are missing somebody's entry. You may notice they don't have a height listed. I didn't think that was the most important part, because when you get to like 158 minus 131, you're going to notice that it's like 120 blocks in the air, and then if you've got raised minimap, you can just manually adjust the height from there. So there's that. And then back here, I have actually found out who built the little addition on the back of my house over there, and he took it down. Very, very well, I might add, because I can't even. He messaged me. He's like, "Hey, I took that down. Sorry about that." And then I went over there and looked, and I couldn't even tell it had ever been there. So, and then he was explaining what it was and what he wanted it to be used for. So, this has been built by Cuckles, the guy that actually built the other one right next to my house. He wanted it to be like a lounge type area, and I was like, "Hey, you should build that near the spawn." And he was like, "That's a good idea." But then I kind of complained that if he was going to make it as a lounge, it was probably a little too small, especially considering how many people are on the server. So I told him to blow it up a bit. So we've got a large table in the center, small benches with little side tables, nice little water feature, fireplace with spare logs to put in later, like we'd actually need it. But anyway, it adds to the aesthetic, I believe. So let's head off in this direction, and we'll show you what Nick, myself, and Spinnaker have done. I don't think Cuckles has been on recently, other than doing the lounge stuff. I haven't made too many adjustments to my house. The only real thing I did was I added a couple of jungle trees. Only one remains at the moment, primarily because I added this. This is my vine farm. So, oops, caught on that stuff. So that I can come here and trim out vines and put vines elsewhere. Makes it very handy. I don't think I did anything else, actually. I think that's it. Over here, I don't believe we were done with the quarry in the last video, but now we're done with it. So we've reached the bottom. That was good. Let's see. Nick's place. Nick has done a little bit of expansion. He's knocked out this wall a little bit further and added a little glass walkway. I'm glad I didn't break that. Let's switch off of that weapon. Not much else has changed out here because most of the expansion is going on the far side of the map. And we'll get over there later in the video. Let's see if Puff has done anything. I don't think he's done a whole lot. Unfortunately, as I'm sure most of y'all are aware, there have been a lot of big name games come out here in the last week or so, and they've kind of drawn a few of our players away, not necessarily like for good, because they still pop in and do stuff, but they've been distracting them. So rather than putting the majority of their time into rather than putting the majority of the time into the server, they're playing that game a lot more. That's okay, they'll come back. I'm not worried. I get messages periodically from some of them going, I promise I'm not gone for good, don't remove me. I'm like, calm down, you've been gone like 2 days. I know I said I'd get rid of inactive players, but that's like a 2-week period. Stuff comes up. That still works. So we've been getting a lot of server lag, and Jeroen's been looking into that. But I don't think it's anything to get really worried about because it's not super significant. Every time he works on it, it clears up for a while and then slowly starts coming back, and he's trying to figure out what's causing it. No real changes down here. I think Puff's been gone most of the time. I don't know if he's been playing... what if they've been playing Guild Wars, maybe? He might be playing Guild Wars or Borderlands or something. I've been playing a little bit of Torchlight 2, for those of you who follow me on Twitter. I am loving the hell out of that game. I've always been a big dungeon... Ooh. Well, there's that lag we were talking about. Goodness. Sorry about that. Some of this might be my internet connection, because, as y'all know, I've been having problems with that as well. So let's head over here. Also, some of you might be asking why I just totally skipped Aztec's house. Aztec asked that I not go out there. So, I don't know whether he's just not been on, or if he's doing something in secret and he doesn't want it to be on the video yet. But he specifically messaged me. He's like, hey, can you skip my place in the next video? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. So let's go look at Spinnaker's place. I don't think he gets on usually when I do. I was looking at my quarry from the outside. It looks kind of awkward. All like twinkly because you can only see the torches. But yeah, I haven't seen Spinnaker on very often, but he and I don't normally get on at the same time. And this has been altered. Let's come down here and take a look. The furnace arrays of unnecessarily large quantities of furnaces. It's a very awkward name, and I can't open the chest. There we go. Feel free to steal coal. Oh, he inset them. Oh, that's cool. I actually like that. Nice. Somebody left your gate open. It was probably you, but that's okay. It's giving you a hard time. Oh, his farm. I didn't see that last time either, I don't think. Let me land here so I don't break any of it. So somebody pointed out that that switch probably activated water in his farm. Like there was water that came out in the last episode, but it looks like he's changed it since then. It's not even slightly automated. Water containment device. It's wood. I guess that's why he put advanced on it. Okay. Is the sign still there? Yes, it is. Okay. Most of the stuff he's changed is up top, so we've seen it all. Oop. I do like the skylight feature that he's kept. Oops, what's that say? I don't know. Okay. Well, that's about it there. So let's head off over to White Ace, Draco, Chris, and Dre. So, 2 out of the 4 people that I invited like 2 videos ago never showed up. Their loss, I guess. So I removed them and replaced them with Dre, who a lot of you will know as Drayson Pie from YouTube, that I did a co-op Let's Play of Serious Sam the First Encounter with. And he's doing Darksiders 2 right now. So if you want to see Darksiders 2, go look at that. I'll probably put a link to his channel down there. And then Capricus, who all of you know, have taken those two spots, but there's still the open spot from John Pinson since he left. So I'm still waiting to see if something else happens before I open up the application process again. But there is currently one open spot, so we'll hang on to that for now, and then we'll probably do that next time. Let's see what White Ace has done. Oop. Oop. Damn. Oh. Come on. Not much has changed in here. Actually, I don't think anything has changed in here. Nothing has really changed here either. He's done some work there. This is just going out to hit. Man. Paranoid of the dark, maybe? I think he's, like, chiseling out. Oh, hello. I think he's chiseling out what his room's gonna look like. Just for those of you who are interested, this sword has sharpness 3 and knockback 2. Really enjoying knockback. Makes it very easy to kill creepers. You know, you can fix that. No, don't use an axe. Okay. So he hasn't done a whole lot, but he has been making some adjustments. So let's go check out Chris's place. Ooh. Chris has added a second quarry. How far is he on that one? Well, not too far. He's probably just down at like level 64 roughly about now. And then over here, doesn't look like he's changed much. Oh, he's added that. What is that? Let's go check that out. Hello, zombie. Are you going to come and play with me? Take that. Or I'll just completely miss. Awkward. Okay. I like that. Is that... Yeah, that's stationary water. Paradise. Work in progress. Oh, crap. You have a little bit of a lighting issue. Seriously? Thank you. Probably spawned underneath one of the trees. Enchanting table. Not fully upgraded yet. Or that could be because I've, yeah, it looks like the max level his books can do is 22. I was like, maybe that's just because I don't have the level, but I think it's a combination of the both. Oh, that's that sign. Duh! Oops. Over here... What's it? Seriously? Ah! Alright, let's just do this. So much easier. Ah, this just leads outside. To the quarries. Okay. Now, the Spleef Arena is, like, right over there, I think. That's been Puff's little construction project, so nothing's really gone on there since he's been gone. So let's go check out Draco's place. And then we'll move over to where all the work is being done out there. Holy crap. What the hell? sky bridge connection. Hmm. Interesting. I should probably come in from the correct side. Alright, so these stairs lead up to here. Okay. Whoa! Ha! Not you too. Ah, son of a bitch. Okay. So, in that case, how does one get to your dragon's head? Or did you just do that all from the outside? I like tables like this, just walking around, click, 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 click. It's entertaining. Do so at their own risk? I don't understand. Oh well. So I think he just built this from the outside, because I don't see any way to actually get to it from his house yet. I think it looks pretty good, honestly. I mean, it might need some work, but I think I think the nose part is a little too like it's curving almost. But I mean, hell, it's a hell of a lot better than I could have done. I can guarantee you that. I think the eyes might also look awesome if they were lava filled. It'd be more intimidating. So now I mean, he wants this as a bridge connection, I'm assuming, so the bridge, like, ends at the mouth, and then he'll connect to it into his house. And if that's the case, I'm going to have to figure out a way to bring the bridge out here, because the bridge is nowhere even close. It's way out there. We'll figure that out later. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. I'm thinking I'm going to go check out... Oh, Dre, yeah. Let's go do that. And we'll fly over the Spleef Arena so you can see that not really anything has happened out here. What is that tunnel down there? Somebody's doing strip mining and going crazy. Either that or it's Dre doing it. I was thinking maybe it's like Aztec or somebody like 1,000 blocks away that's just burrowed all the way over here. Alright, so I've seen Dre on 2 or 3 times, but I've never actually come out to his place to take a look. This is interesting. He's like chiseling out the inside of a mountain. That looks cool. Oops. Damn you! Lag, I hate you. Okay, let's land so I can walk. Oh, sweet. I can't... Low roof, I can't see. Here, let's... Oop, I'm flying again. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Just throw that out over there. Looks like he's been in here recently. I like how he's like dug out the entire side. Well, not the side, but he's like etching out a layer through these 2 mountains. That's really going to be unique. I've never seen anything like this before. Let's take a look from the outside again. Put that back. Does it go all the way around? He's got it poking out here. Holy cow. Well, it stops right there, so he's still got some work to do to bring it around the back. Oh, well, he's poked out there. So he's working on it. Damn. This is going to be awesome. Oop. Yeah, that's the one that goes straight through. That's going to be really awesome when that's done. Well, that's going to take a lot of work too. Okay, so let's turn off some of these waypoints that I've already done. Spin, puff, tray, white ace. Okay, so let's go check out Red Beef's place. And then I'll start showing you some of the bigger new additions. I actually haven't seen Red Beef on in a while either. I don't know. I think he started school again or something. So yeah, that would definitely hinder his ability to be on Minecraft for a while. Or at least it should. Stay in school. That's like my crappy PSA or something. So, I wonder how far his roller coaster has gotten. It pokes out of the ground over here. That's been his main baby he's been working on for a while. I don't know how far it is. I think I should mark those wooden pieces of his roller coaster that stick out of the ground so I can find those easier. They're about 200 blocks away. That sounds about right. Oh, there they are. I see them on the minimap. So let's get down in here and see if he's gone much further with this. Oops. Oops. I'm good. Don't worry. I thought that was a sign. It's a sign. A little bit. Holy cow. I like this. Up, down, up, down. This is awesome. I don't know what he's going to put in these holes. It comes up here, and I guess this is where he stopped now. This has been a really cool addition. I like that. See if we can fly out. Oh, flying's going to be difficult through here because it's not going to work. Damn. Ah. Oh well. It's not built for flying. It's built for riding a roller coaster. What do you expect? So yeah, he's made a bit of progress on that. That's nice. Let's go check out his village and see if he did anything over there. I don't think he did, because he wants to get this roller coaster finished. Although the big challenge is getting enough iron to support all the tracks. But I think if a lot of people chip in, we'll have that done real quick. Nope, not much done out here, which is totally cool. Alright, so let's go check out Capricus's place. That's a hard word to say, Capricus's. Anyway, so she's only been on the server for, goodness. Well, she's been on the server for a while. She's just only had her house for like 2 or 3 days now, I think. She's just been hanging out at my place, helping me do stuff. So eventually she came to me, she's like, "Can I have my own place?" I was like, "Yeah." So she came out here and decided to work on this. Now, this is like an old country estate, and it's pretty much completely designed and built by her. She's built the main house, which is both pieces in the walkway between them. She built the wall, made out of the hedge wall made out of jungle leaves. And I'm going to say this with quotations. She's built this fountain and she's built this gazebo back in the back and a lot of these planters in the center. But they were initially built by um, either Tricky or Nap, and then changed, ripped down, put something else in place. There, Nap initially put a fountain there, and a fountain here, but she thought that was a little overkill, considering there's like 3 fountains in the back of her house, and she had already had one up front. So she tore those down and built these little planters instead. The walkway was built mostly by Tricky and a little by Nap. The trees were all planted. The trees up here were all planted by Tricky, and the trees in the back were done by Capricus. And I've probably got some of that wrong, but basically, those were the 3 people that built this. So I was like blown away, because she was like, I'm going to go build my own house. And then she's like, hey, can I have some clay? I want some brick. I was like, yeah, sure, take all my clay. I don't care. And then she was like, okay, my house is done. And I came out here and I was like, oh my god, what the hell did you do? And at first she thought I didn't like it. I'm like, I'm blown away. So this is her treasure room. She's got all her stuff here. Her little ender chest. Her bed is right there in a little alcove / balcony thing. And then this comes across to the second building where she's got her farm. And for a while, I mean, you can see all these pumpkins that she's got placed out here for light in her courtyard. She had the first entire 2 rows of this just eaten up by pumpkins until she got enough. So she got another balcony over here. And then on her first floor in this building, I don't think she's done anything. No. It is completely blank. She hasn't quite figured out what she wants to do or if she wants to do anything. But then we've got this little gazebo. And I think Tricky initially built this, and then he built it up in the front, and she moved it back here. So Tricky was like, now you and Matt can look up at the stars. We were like, oh, not gonna happen. So anyway, I really love her house design. I was shocked, because she had designed my house, which was basically like that. And then she came out here and she had to like totally not just 1-up me, she had to like 3-up me. 7-up me. Ah ha ha ha. He made a soda joke. Okay. She's also got tons of ravines out here. She's got this ravine that she's pretty much fully explored. There's a ravine like right here in the swamps. As we fly over the water, you'll notice that there's almost no clay whatsoever, for obvious reasons. Okay, so let's head out to, I've got this area labeled as Naps, but there's the Tricky area right next to it, and Tricky's done a lot of updating there as well. I don't currently know where Neverlast and Kippa live, because Tricky has evicted them from the wall. Not like punishment-wise, he's just like, hey, do y'all mind if y'all like GTFO? And I just take over the whole wall section and build awesome things, and they're like, sure, yeah, no problem. And I don't think they've rebuilt anywhere, but I think their houses are still here for the time being, because he hasn't quite gotten around to it. Where am I? Spawn in! Spawn in! Okay. So, I don't know if this was here last time. So this is Nap's place. Oh, he's torn down part of my bridge, that's right. He's working on building some kind of connection there. I don't recall if this made it into the last video, but they've completely rebuilt Nap's house. Out of like a bunch of ender stuff and stone, brick, things like that. Oh, lag. There we go. Am I actually inside, or is it going to kick me out? It's going to kick me out. Open up. Damn. It's probably going to port me out again. Ah! There we go. Now I'll be inside. Okay. So, okay, now I'm inside. Sorry I had to do that nap. Oh, anyway, so as everybody saw, he still has sandstone under there. What a slacker. Um, anyway, his chest room. I think he's trying to overcompensate. No, I'm just kidding. Um, up here, he's got his little watchtower things, barred off by iron bars, which I still don't know how to make. I think they're 2 iron on top of each other, or maybe it's iron fencing, like just like regular fence with wood, but with iron blocks. Here, he's got this little thing, which looks cool. He's gonna hit me for doing this. Why did you say my place was more awesome? And his bed. I don't know if he's actually bound there, because I think he's died once, but I don't think he spawns there. I think he spawns elsewhere. But anyway, there's his place. I think I love this gray with this maroon, almost purple looking nether stuff. Oh, y'all saw that. Damn it. Okay, that's being shown next then. So, this is partly what Tricky and Nap have been working on a lot recently. This is obviously a car. But for some reason they keep telling me it's a boat. So, they're going to do, they're not quite finished with this. They did, whoops. They did take down the crane that was right here. He says he wants to put it back in, but he's going to redesign it. And he's also going to tear this wall down right here and kind of redesign that a little bit. But he said he wants to like re-envision this area right here as like docks with little warehouses and stuff like that. And then over here he's going to have like the jungle trees like working their way into the wall. So they're going to be like parts of the wall are going to be a little broken with like vines on them and maybe a jungle tree like growing through the wall. I told him that would be freaking awesome. Um, so yeah, let's take a look at the boat a little closer. So he's got all these dispensers set up as cannons, which I think is perfect. Let's look at the back of the boat first. We've got these. Can I get out of there if I drop in there? Yeah. So these look really awesome. Because you see these things on boats all the time. I don't know. I don't actually know what they're called, but they're like... Stop it. But they're like little hatches on the boat so they can get like large items down in the center. I'm afraid. I Love You by Tricky. So what does this say? How do you read this? Oh, that's awkward. So they told me not to go into the captain's room until... I'm gonna have to break this. I don't know where that spider is, but I don't want him poking his head in. Okay, so that's it. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I'm just gonna throw all this stuff in there. Okay. So that's like the captain's quarters. I'm gonna bust out my sword. They haven't figured out anything to do for the wheel yet, because they said it's quite awkward to try to get something made out of square blocks to look like a good wheel. And then they're still working on the sails. They were having an argument about that the other day. And then down below deck, you've got this area, which doesn't seem to have anything. I guess it's just primarily for storage. Ah, and they were These switches are set up. I don't know if the redstone's actually set up to do that, but these switches, they said, were for like shooting the dispensers. Yep, they're set up. So there's that. I think the one on the right fires all of them on the right. I'm not exactly sure if they've got that set up correctly yet. Initially, I just suggested like putting in buttons for each one, but they were like, well, it'd be cooler if we could get them all to fire at the same time. What's this? And that's just a blocked-in torch. Little lower deck entry while they're working on it. And then back here is their, miniaturized jail. I forget what that's like, a brig. There you go. They're going to replace this with iron bars eventually and put in like an iron door with a switch only on the outside, you know what I mean? So once they get that all squared away, that'll look perfect. And then their long-term goals, oops, I went around the wrong way. Their long-term goals are to not really fill the lake/harbor with ships, but like put one or two more out here. And I pointed out to him yesterday, I was like, this is just a lake, right? And he was like, yeah, but you can't see the far border. And I'm like, yeah, but there's an ocean over there, so that'll give me something to do. I'm thinking of like digging a canal through like 2 biomes to get out to the ocean. That'll be fun. I really like digging and quarrying, so that's entertainment for me. Not much else has really gone on along the wall. He's finished this area right here, but it pretty much matches the ones in the front. And then as this spawns back in, he's completely finished this corner piece. Come on, you can do it. Okay, you're working on it. Here we go. So this corner tower is completely done. So let's take a look at this. Hello, Enderman. You're gonna die a horrible death, sir. Oh god. I forgot about the lag. Damn! Oh, I did kill him. Huh, success. Down for armory. So there's an armory down below. Let's take a look at this. And he has lit it up quite a bit more. So he's got TNT over here in the corner. Luckily, TNT doesn't break blocks, so even if somebody were to light that stack on fire, it would do absolutely no damage, except to them. It's got a little blacksmith area type deal going on. Chests filled with building materials. These entrances are out to the inside of the wall, and then those over there are to the outside of the wall, obviously. Let's just fly up real quick. So over here, he's got like a little arboretum going on. Nice place to sit and relax for a little while. Really love his building style. This stone brick just looks amazing. So that about does it for this place. The boat's really taken the vast majority of their time. And I don't think anything has changed in here at all, because they're still, the houses are still here, but they haven't exactly closed down shop yet. So let's go check out Nap's personal ranch, and I hope I don't lag out over there. You'll see why when we get there in a minute. But I went out there yesterday, and I was getting some serious lag problems. So we'll see how this works. I'm thinking this video is going to end up being shorter than the others because I've been asked not to visit some of the people's houses, and a lot of the people just haven't updated anything. Like Yaroon, of course, hasn't updated any of his stuff. He's been gone a lot. But he's working more on the administrative side of the server for a while. I think he said he just lost the building itch. And they're like, yeah, it comes and goes. You'll be back. You'll build more stuff. Like I said, I'm not worried about anybody who gets just tired of building for a little while. I get that all the time. Spawn in! Okay. So, here's Nap's ranch. And as you can see, oh good, he's reduced the number of animals he had. He had literally like, oh, I don't know, I'm going to take a wild stab and say 46,000 pigs in that pen, maybe 86,000 sheep over here, about 35,000 cows in there, and maybe 6.3 million chickens in that pen. It was like ridiculous. I was like, oh my god, I would be standing right here, like yesterday. I was standing right here looking at his pigs, and every couple of seconds, every single animal in here would just stop moving for like 3 or 4 seconds, and then they'd all shift around real quick. It's just the game was freaking out. It was like, I've got to calculate like, I don't know, 1 trillion different AIs, all like stumbling around, bumping into each other, and the game was just like, oh my god. Anyway, I don't think this is automated, because I don't see any back-end water or anything like that. But this is a huge freaking farm. He probably gets like, I'm going to use this in terms of bread and not wheat, but he probably gets 2 or 3 stacks of bread at it. Well, a lot more than that actually. I get 1.5 off of mine. Maybe like 6 to 8 stacks of bread off of one like harvest. Tons of pumpkins. Once we find, so to clarify something last time, I said that we still haven't found melons, and that is still the case, primarily because there was a mistake made with one of the mods. It's a little complicated. The Yaroon who runs the server has a mod that lets him run like multiple servers on the same, multiple worlds on the same server, if that makes any sense. Anyway, and he was doing something with one of his mods on one of his other worlds when we started this one, and it had overridden the ability to spawn structures in the game for our world. So this whole time we haven't had structures on. He's since fixed it, but people have been exploring the whole time trying to look for stuff. So it's going to take a while for us to actually find melon seeds, but now that structures are actually turned on, they should spawn in the world eventually. But what we're going to do is we're going to build a sand village out here, and then we're just going to spawn in villagers so that we can actually have a village somewhere to trade with, and it'll give people another reason to go out to the desert. So this is Nap's little summer home. It's a little overgrown. He needs to probably like look into some weed killer or something. He's got a little dock down here for his tiny little lake, I guess to farm his reeds, because I'm assuming those reeds are not wildly appearing. Little tiny tree farm, plenty to populate this area. Oh, it'd be cool if you made like little ruins. That would be awesome. So this is a little like furnace type deal. We've got a little carnival game. Oops, lagged. Sorry. I'm sorry. Empty chests. Ooh, a little well. And as many of you have noticed probably by now, a windmill. The windmill's a little difficult to navigate on the inside because I think they made the spiral staircase a little too tight. You'll hit your head a couple of times, like right there. But I mean, he's got little landings where you can come out, walk around. God, that looks awesome. Sorry, they did a really good job with that. The only part I don't like is this staircase. It's really, really, really small. So anyway, let's get out. Get out. Here, where's the door? Here it is. I'm just gonna lead you this way. So this is his little ranch area, which I think is pretty awesome. The only problem he's had recently are with his chickens, because technically we're in a jungle, and ocelots will spawn, and they eat chickens. He's added the second layer of fence, and I think that's helped for the ocelots coming on the outside. But being in a jungle, it's still physically possible for ocelots to just spawn in with the chickens, which would be a problem, because they would just come over here and they'd all be dead. But, you know, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot he can do about that. He'd just have to, like, put his chickens elsewhere, or maybe he could stick them underground. I don't know if ocelots will spawn underground in a jungle. But that's a possibility. And then the last update comes out at my desert quarry, which I have started, I'll say. I haven't made a lot of progress on it, because I've been distracted by Torchlight 2. Although I do poke in about once a day, maybe once every other day sometimes, and do some stuff for a few hours. But I think last Saturday after the recording I came out here and worked for like, I don't know, 6 or 8 hours working on the desert quarry. And you would think to yourself, 6 or 8 hours, he must have got a lot done. No. I got very little done, because I had to go back and forth across the sky bridge to my house 3 or 4 times, and that's at least like a 15 to 20 minute walk one way. I mean, it'll take you an entire day or night in game to walk that entire distance. It's like freaking crazy. So, other than that, I think that about covers it. Again, anybody on the server, if you're watching this and I've missed something that you've done, I'm sorry. Comment about it down below. Let me know what I forgot, so that the people watching the video can at least get an idea. And then it'll also remind me so that next weekend when I come in here and record another update video, I can see what you were talking about. So, here's the end of the bridge, and you can get an idea from the bridge where the desert quarry is, another 600 away, so we're getting close. There's a couple of small spots in the desert that have been, the biome was actually beach instead of desert, so it still rains, which I actually like, and I think one of the spots is really near my quarry, which is nice. Because I personally like the rain, but granted, once I'm in my quarry, I'm not going to hear it, because I'm pretty sure my entire quarry qualifies as desert, as opposed to beach or anything, so we'll take a look. Be that it's raining right now, that's a perfect time. Alright, so first you're going to see my little storage hut coming up here in a second, once it spawns in. Yay, there it is. Yeah, see, I've got a little grass area right here. Is it still raining? Yep, it's still raining. My trees haven't grown. I haven't been here. And in here, it's super, super plain. It's just chests. Chests and furnaces and a workbench somewhere. Oh, there it is. I put it in the floor. Oops. Oops. Sorry. And then the quarry itself, I have started cutting out a little bit of the outline of it, and I had to cut through the river, and what I'm doing right now is leveling it all out to, yeah, see, this is beach right here. And let me make F3. Well, it calls it river. Okay, whatever. But it actually does rain in my quarry, which is nice. I'll enjoy that. Yay, I like that sound. I'm going to level the quarry out to this point and take all the sand that I get off of that and use it to fill in the majority of the rivers that are cutting through. I get a feeling I'll be able to fill in one almost completely, and then I'll come back and start filling in this one afterwards. But I've already like glassed off the outer walls. So if you look here, the line I've cut is actually I should just fill that in with sand. Having that little bit of water just is a waste. I've cut on the inside of that wall, so So this is the actual outside wall, and this is where I'm going to be digging eventually. So once I get all that finished, I'll just start digging it down. If you've noticed earlier, King Nick had finished his quarry. He's going to come out here and build another 150 by 150 quarry next to mine. Uh, I would vote over here for his, if he doesn't mind. I mean, he can pick whatever side he wants to go on, but my personal suggestion would be this side, so it's again in desert, and we can get a lot of sand. And he's gonna put like 5 or 6 blocks. I asked him to put 6, and I'll see what he does. Put 5 or 6 blocks between our quarries, just so that when we're digging, if we get into caves, we don't initially like go into each other's cave systems. Because I'm really OCD about my quarries. Um, and then once we both reach bedrock, we'll knock out the wall in between us, and then maybe just start working over, do like another 150 by 150 over here, and he'll do another one over here, and we'll knock out those 3 connecting walls, and then have like this huge, massive, what is that, 306 by 306 hole in the world, which will look amazing. You'll be able to see it from you won't even be able to get the whole thing to spawn in one like overview. I don't even know if there's mods that'll allow you to see that far. I mean, I'm sure there are, but to see it clearly and well would be really awesome. So, that's the scale of my next quarry. That's going to be very fun to get started on. But anyway, thanks for watching. And I guess I'll see y'all next weekend.